First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rukakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got ABC News. And as you see, the title of their newscast is U.S. troops on the ground in L.A. Immigration Enforcement Operations Defense Department says, and this was 3 days ago. And as you see, this was due to, I guess, a lot of the ICE agents being attacked, So now they got National Guard troops that are supposed to be enforcing or helping, and this is going to be a disaster. But we keep on telling you people that, hey, this devil is about to come to great wrath. It's about to be on and popping out here. It's about to be a lot of damage, It's not going to be too long, man, before all hell break loose. And when it does, hey, I sit up here and said this quite a few times. When you don't see us out there on the highways and byways, when you don't see the internet working anymore, you be afraid, because it's about to get on and popping, You have a chance while we out there on the highways and byways to you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans to hear this truth and to be of the hopeful elect. The 2/3 of our people just going to be destroyed and just going to be through. But with that being said, man, I'm going to sit up here and let this play a little bit. I'm going to grab a few scriptures, because, hey, the times is getting closer and closer to that 2 Corinthians 15, 16, 9. 9 is already here, man, because we already seeing all the things that are happening. That Matthew 24 is already here, man. You're seeing a lot of things happening around the world. And then Jacob's trouble is here too, but it's just ain't on full-blown scale. But all this stuff is about to pop off. So with that, I'm going to sit up here and let this play. I might just play the whole video, or some of it. But I'll see how the spread goes. But here you go.
Local officials demanding answers after federal agents and troops gathered at a park for what appeared to be an immigration-related operation, but the mayor claims the only thing interrupted was a children's summer camp. ABC's Christian Cordero has details. Christian, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. The questions being raised about that show of force come as more immigration officers come under attack, facing ambushes and assaults. This morning, new questions after federal agents descended onto MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. 90 National Guard troops in tactical gear deploying to the mostly empty park. Officials only saying the troops were there to support immigration authorities.
What a disgrace, what's happening in MacArthur Park. What theater.
California Governor Gavin Newsom slamming the Trump administration.
Those National Guard men and women that were out there protecting people are now being used as political pawns.
Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp.
Mayor Karen Bass saying there were no threats at the park, only children whose camp was interrupted.
Did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? Did the 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE taking his parents?
A recent report said the park is a crime-ridden, open-air drug market, but no arrests were reported during the troops' presence. It comes as federal officials report a spike in violence against immigration agents, with assaults against ICE and Border Patrol personnel up 500% since January. Just yesterday, a man in tactical gear opening fire on a Border Patrol facility in Texas. Police say 27-year-old Ryan Lewis Mosqueda fired dozens of rounds into the building near the McAllen airport. 2 local officers and a Border Patrol employee were hurt. Mosqueda was killed. Investigators found his vehicle spray-painted with the words Cortes Die, a phrase from a Call of Duty video game referring to an anti-government uprising.
Unless we stop the hateful rhetoric against ICE and Border Patrol, comparing them to Nazis, there's going to be more situations like that.
In a separate incident on July 4th, officials say a group of 10 to 12 people in military gear ambushed officers at an immigration detention facility in Alvarado, Texas. The group drawing officers out of the building, launching fireworks and damaging vehicles before opening fire, hitting one officer in the neck. 10 suspects have now been arrested and charged with attempted murder of federal officers.
And as y'all see, they didn't say who those suspects were. Brothers have posted videos showing that it was 10 to 12 Edomites, so-called white people, that did that. But you see, they didn't list that. You see, they didn't say anything about that. That just let you know Esau and his bullshit. You know, that's why we say you can't let Satan get advantage of you. You're not ignorant of his devices. See, they use all sorts of tricks, you know. See, they want the public to sit up here and think it's all so-called Hispanics or whatever doing this. You know, they didn't want to sit up here and show that it was a bunch of so-called white people that did that attacked those officers in that incident with the 10 people, you know, the 10 and 12 people. But either way it goes, man, this devil is about to come down with great wrath, man. And you see E is against E anyway. You know what? Actually, I'll grab that later. Let me sit up here and grab this first. Let me grab Habakkuk. You know, because we sitting up here letting you know, man, that times ahead are about to be tough. This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And we seeing these prophecies, we seeing all the things happening right here before our eyes, man. And we letting people know. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And you see it's coming. We letting you know it's coming. Destruction, chaos, you know. Jacob's trouble. You already seeing that these earthquakes, and look at these floods, man, the rainwater and all that stuff that's happening over in Texas and parts of North Carolina that no one has spoke of. All these things are happening right before your eyes, real time, and people still blinded and stupid, you know. And now you got these, now you got the troops out in L.A. How long you think it's going to be before the troops out everywhere in a lot of these major cities? Because they're coming, you know. It's just a matter of time. And it says don't tarry, because a lot of people think this stuff ain't going to happen, but it is going to happen. Now with that, let me sit up here and grab Revelation 12 real quick, because that was I just want to go straight to the point on this. Revelation 12:12. And therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down that you have in great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that woe means destruction, and this devil has a short time. What do you think he's going to be doing pretty soon? What do you think is going to happen real soon? He's going to use nothing. He is going to let loose all his weaponry, his sword, his blessing, which is the sword. Point blank period. He's going to let it all go. You know, let it all go. And then guess what that's going to be? And that go to Isaiah 19:19, you know, the Egyptian against Egyptian. You already seen Governor Newsom on here mad as hell because he's saying Trump just using these as puppets just for his game. You know, really, it's these elites that sit up here using Trump, and just Trump doing what he doing, being controlled. Even though he's an arrogant, prideful ass motherfucker, you know, he's that cruel Lord right now that it speaks of, because he's doing all sorts of shit, and he's prideful as hell. But these motherfucking Egyptians against Egyptians, you're gonna have a lot of these Edomites that's gonna be against each other, and they're gonna be pissed off. And you already seen, like I said before, they didn't want to show that those were Edomites that attacked those ICE officers. They don't want to show that, you know. But the Edomite is about to go on. It's about to be on and popping with them too, you know. Because when these motherfuckers, when this devil come down with that wrath, guess who want to sit up here and be against each other? Because these motherfucking Edomites, they see that their country is slipping away. They see their world is slipping away, and guess what they're gonna do? They're going to use their blessing. That's then that goes into that Isaiah 19:19. It says, 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in his midst. So, you know, when it's all said and done, the Lord is going to come with those chariots and the nuclear warheads and destroy this place, man. America, aka Babylon the Great, and over there where them fake you wishes are, you know. He's going to destroy this place, man. It's just a matter of goddamn time, you know. But before that happens, it's going to be all chaos in the world. All sorts of chaos. These motherfucking devils are all sorts of chaos. And they're going to be going at each other hard. And here it goes. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. There's going to be these other countries, everything. It's going to be all out, blown out bullshit going on, you know. And it says they shall fight. Didn't say they're going to be talking to each other. It says they shall fight against one another. That's going to be straight up battling, violence against each other. Because of these, hey, look, because of the, these motherfuckers see that they world slipping. They see their country slipping. These Edomites about to sit up here and go straight at it. You know, and now you got these troops on the ground. How long you think is it going to be in other places? This is, you know, and I'm going to read down to 4. This is Isaiah 19 and 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, you know. So the spirit of Egypt, all this stuff is failing. Everything is failing in this country, man. All this shit is going to crashing down. Trump just doing what he want to do. The council that they idiots. The people that he's listening to is right along with himself. But he ain't listening to nobody anyway. He just doing what he want to do, you know. Or he been a puppet. And you got the puppeteers controlling everything he's doing. And they got the right guy, man, because he's an arrogant fool. And here it is. But this is the point. This is Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord, the Lord of hosts. The host means armies, the Lord of armies. But who's that cruel Lord? Like brother's been saying. Who you think it is? Trump. Trump right now want to be the king of America. You know, like that movie, The King of New York with Christopher Walken. Well, Trump want to be the king of America, you know. And right now he's that cruel Lord. And right now he's really ruling with an iron fist. He's doing all sorts of shit. You know, he got everybody he put in place in the government is under his control, and he got total control over them. You know, now you're gonna have states that's not under his control. You got the Governor Newsom, you know, other governors that's around the world, mayors, you know, that's not gonna listen to him. That's gonna be that Egyptian against Egyptian. They're gonna be going at each other too, you know. But that real Egyptian against Egyptian is gonna be these Edomites when they start that sedition and going up against the government because they hating what's going on, you know. All this shit is about to happen, man. All this stuff is about to happen, you know. All the wars and everything is about to happen, man. It's just a matter of goddamn time. You know, let me go here real quick. That's second Esdras 15, you know, because that was the point I was bringing out too. This is second Esdras 15 and 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And you're going to have that sedition among men. You're going to have that woe means destruction. Woe means destruction. You're going to have them people fighting against each other. And most of these people are going to be fighting against, you know, military, but it's going to be them UN soldiers. It's going to be them NATO soldiers and, you know, them foreign soldiers that's going to come over here, because you're going to have a lot of soldiers over here that's not going to go up against his own citizens. And then you're going to have some that will. You know, if brothers remember that video from some years ago with that masculine ass white woman talking about, you know, we going to go, if you come out and we tell you not to come out, you know, what we going to do to you, you know. She masculine as hell, but she was telling the truth. You know, that, hey, if we tell you to do something, you don't do it, we're going to take care of you. You know, and she was pretty much saying that, you know. I actually love to find that video, but it was like maybe a year and a half, couple of years ago. But either way it goes, that's going to be that sedition, and that's going to be Esau going against Esau. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. It's going to be nation against nation. It's going to be race wars. But hey, and Jacob is going to be getting it. But you got to understand, Jacob's trouble is for everybody. Yeah, Jake gonna be getting it, but Jake gonna be doing a lot of damage himself. You know, you gotta understand, Jacob's trouble is gonna be everything. But here's the other point: second Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. And that's gonna be that martial law. That's gonna be those troops, man, guarding certain spots. You know, they're gonna be set up in certain spots that they're not gonna allow people to come in. You know. But then it's gonna be a whole bunch of hell out there, and you're gonna have militia rolling around too. You know, it's gonna be a very bad time, and people don't understand that. A very bad time. You know, I just sit up here and Read a couple more verses. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulation. That's what's going to, and all that's about to come. You know, like I said before, and I said a little earlier, when the men of the Lord ain't out there on the highways and byways, you know, when the internet goes down and you don't see us on that internet, it's time to be very afraid, because guess what? Now it's judgment. Hey, the time for paying attention to what's being said is now. You know, and I'm talking to you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time for paying attention is now. Because when we get off those highways and byways, when the Lord closes us up, if that famine of the word comes, hey, time for talking is over. Judgment. That's what's coming. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the whole four that you guys may be sealed soon. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball. And Anyahamadam Malakiam. Shalom.